Alright, what is up, YouTube? This lighting is low-key goated. I just want to say that. Like, I feel very majestic right now. I mean, my hair is put back and my skin is fairly clear. I have a bit of a tan going. You know, I'm a little bit shaved. But, happy Mother's Day, by the way. If you're watching this and it's not on Mother's Day, then it's not Mother's Day anymore, but I'm recording this on Sunday, which just so happens to be Mother's Day. And so I have a list of things I want to talk about. This video isn't just off the dome. I would say it's a little more, not planned, but I've made like videos about everything I want to talk about, and I've written it in my journal. And so it's more just like the video kind of side of the story. I don't know. This is like the YouTube version of what I have been writing about. I just want to start by saying, I guess this will be in relation to whatever the video is titled as, but like, I have to control my ego. So last summer I made a video called Controlling the Ego, and it was about how like, I think I like, when I was like writing my film and like thinking of my film, I had like all these different thoughts going through my head. Like, I knew exactly what things were gonna look like. I knew how like great it was gonna be. And before the film was even made, I had already like solidified who I was and like this ego and this idea of who I was. And I wasn't that person yet though. Like, I hadn't completed the film. I had barely any shoots done, and I still thought like I am the shit. And I didn't like go out through my day treating people lesser. Like, also, like, I want to mind you, I don't like think I am better than other people. I mean, obviously there are certain things that I may be better at, but I don't think I'm a better human. You know, we are all sinners kind of thing. And so, no matter what I say on like how like, oh, I thought I was better, like, I didn't actually go about through my day like treating people lesser because of these thoughts that I was having. But let me continue. But last year I was having all these thoughts about this film and about like how great it was going to be, but the film wasn't even completed yet. Like, nothing was completed. So like, I made a video called Controlling the Ego, and that was fine. Like, I think that was actually pretty stupid for me to even have an ego in the first place. I mean, we all have egos, duh. Some people have egos and they haven't even done shit in their lives, and it's like, okay, you know, get it together. You know, but for someone like Kanye to have an ego, it can be understandable, but then you get to a point where it's like psychosis and like mental instability, and then it's like, okay, now it's not an ego, now you're like actually, now you're actually sus. So there's a police car pulling up behind me right now. I'm kind of nervous. I always get nervous. This parking lot's like super sus, but yeah, I don't know if like they do that still. Okay, I think they're just probably like hanging out. Sometimes police cars will like meet up and like hang out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but anyways, I feel like I'm kind of like, I had a bit of like, you know, obviously there's a thing called like ego death that is more of like a spiritual kind of thing, like a spiritual awakening. But it was like an ego shock. Like, it was like a shock to my ego when I realized, you know, this film is just a video. There's a guy at work, his name is Scott, and he's 63 years old. He's an older guy, but he's a real one. And he gave it to me straight, because I was talking to him about like, I was like, you know, this film, like, you know, the film's been out for over a week now, right? And I'm not getting any more likes on Instagram. I'm not getting any DMs. Like, it's pretty much, that's just it. It's just a portfolio piece at the end of the day. And so I was telling him, I was like, dude, like, I feel like I just want to get out of here. Like, I was like rambling on and just about like, I'm having these realizations about like how tough it's gonna be, and it feels like there's no hope for me. And he was like, and then he just like, he's not like in the arts or anything. Like, he's just the guy at work, and I work at a golf course, right? But he understands shit, And so he just said to me straight, he's like, listen, you made a video, so what? If you want to get a job, or you want to get this, or you want to get that, like, at the end of the day, you got to realize, like, your name on Instagram is CrackshotDude007. And obviously, you know, in my defense, or I didn't really say this at all, but CrackshotDude007, I do believe in the idea of, like usernames stick more than names nowadays, right? Like, if you have like an alias or an alibi, what's it called, like an AKA, like an also known for, or like a, you know, an alter ego, right? Like a character, right? That's what I think of, like, Crackshot Dude. It's like my character, it's my world. And so I'm not like, I think Crackshot Dude, I didn't really, you know, apply what he said to that. Like, Crackshot Dude's gonna stay no matter what. But at the end of the day, he's right. Like, I just made a video. That's it. Like, I can call it a film, I can call it whatever, but it's just a video. And I've only been, like, making shit that is in tune with my style for, like, a year. And I don't know what video, like, one of the videos I recorded recently that I haven't posted, that I didn't post, I was talking about how, one sec. I was talking about how, like, it takes me like 1 year to get good at anything. And like 1 year to, like, really understand something. Like, that's how I felt, like, about a year, like a little less, a little more, give or take, kind of thing. And so when it comes to fashion, it took me, I think it was like 11 months or so to, like, really understand, okay, here's the ins and outs of fashion, like the technical parts, right? When it comes to, like, my diet, I'm still kind of in that, like, I only started, like, really taking care of my diet, like, back in October, like September, October 2025 was when I really locked in. So yeah, maybe like 2 more months, and then I'll, like, actually be, like, locked in, and I'll achieve what I was prophesizing or fantasizing about back in September, October. Like, typically it takes me a year to, like, really complete something. So even with this film, it took me a year to complete it, right? But I find that just because it took me a year to complete it, now I have solidified what that thing in my life. Like, it's like the gym. Like, it took me 1 year to really understand the gym and have it, like, almost like a routine thing in my life. Same, like, with diet, fashion, even running. I don't know. Just, I mean, there's only like 3 things, like diet, fashion, and you know, gym, or like physical activity, even skateboarding, right? It only takes me like about a year to, like, get it locked in. If I can stick to it for a year, then it's locked in my life, and now I'm going to be doing this thing for eternity, or until, you know, however long I'm on this planet for. And so I think it's the same thing with this film. You know, I made this film, it took me a year to make it, but it's just a video, and it was just to show that I could do something. It was just to show, like, prove to myself that I could stick to this thing for a year, which isn't like running or going to the gym. Like, it's film. It's I don't want to say it's like this upper echelon kind of thing, but it's above me in a way. It's like a product. It's not just like I build this body and I can, like, look jacked and it's me, like, I only see me. Like, this is the thing I'm putting out there for the world. So yeah, like, it took me about a year to, like, make a good film with cast, with locations, with everything. And so now I know how to do it. Now I know all the ins and outs, right? But for all the other shit, when it comes to, like, you know, building, like, an actual network and having a community and having places to be, like, that takes time, in my opinion. And I find that, like, okay, now I've solidified my style, right? Like, maybe I found my style. I found my style, like, last year, I'd say, like, when I made my first kind of, like, not like breakout video, but just like something that was more in tune with me. Like, that was in March 2025, right? And so if I found my style in March 2025, and then it took me like a year to solidify my style, like May 2026 is when I actually, like I said, like, okay, this is actually like May 1st when I released the film, this is actually my style now, right? So like, you know, about a year and 2 months or so, now I'm like, okay, this is my style. And now it's gonna take me a while to like actually get out there in the world, because I think it happens with like a lot of artists. Like once you find your style, then you can start to network and branch out, because I don't even have to worry about like the technical, or I don't even have to worry about like how can I make these shots like stand out from other people, like how can I be like original, how can I be authentic, because now it's just that's who I am. Now I've like almost trained myself to just like live and think in a artistic way. I can't really explain it. It's just, it is what it is now. Like exactly, it took a year to like really put it in my brain to think creatively. And so going back to what my friend Scott said at work, you know, like it takes, like not takes, but you made a video at the end of the day. It's just a video. And so what's the goal? Like now I have to think a lot more rationally, and it's kind of this thing of the Dunning-Kruger effect, where there's like an idea, then there's like this peak of the idea, and then it's like it dips down and then it slowly goes back up. I think that's what I'm in right now. I just hit the downfall. And when my last video was like, holy shit, like what am I doing? Like I was like hella depressed and I was like binge eating and shit. My last video, I think that was like my low point. It was like a direct fall off. And I think that's what the Dunning-Kruger effect is. It's like this rocket ship, you know, I posted the film and then it goes boom, skadoosh, right in the dirt, right in the mud. And so I think, you know, that's what I'm in right now. I'm in this lower point, and I have to like slowly build back up over, you know, the next decade to get back to that like peak optimism kind of point in my life, or to really like solidify or to like see it through to the end, like my thesis statement that I wrote a year ago about like this film and my intention with culture and the world and whatnot. And so I think now it's going to be a tough part, because like I said, that goal is going to be a lot farther, and I can't just make videos. I can't just make film and just hope for it to work out. Like I have to also get my name out there. I have to find community. I gotta make money, right? I gotta survive. So there's these things that suck, and obviously it's a little tougher to, it's not a little, it's a lot more tougher to just survive in this economy now. A lot of people just live off their parents, and you know, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Like obviously I work, I have a job, I can pay for things, but to actually live on my own, rent, spend money on film, camera gear and all that, like dude, I'd be dead broke, man. Like that, or I'd be dead broke, or I'd have to work my fucking ass off at some shitty job, and then I'd have to start like making my art about the money, and then I'd lose that like that juvenile spirit. And so I think I'm lucky to live at home. I will utilize that for as long as possible, though my father wants me to move out this fall and move to the States because I am an American citizen. So he's like, you know, maybe go to school or get a job there. And you know, that's kind of scary for me because it's a big jump, but I'm not opposed to it. I think I should get out there, but I need business. I need business and I need a community. And I want to talk about that next, but I want to go back to the whole thing about this realization that I'm having right now about like, I gotta survive. But I gotta survive. I gotta get my name out there. Obviously, you can cultivate audience on Instagram, but I have to be strategic about this. I can't just be like posting videos and just hoping it works out. I'm trying to like spread my seed as much as possible. Pause. I know it's like used in terms of like ejaculation and semen, but I don't mean it like that. I mean, I'm trying to spread my seed as in like implant mind mentality, not mind mentality, sorry. implant my intention and my thoughts in like every corner of the internet. I need to be doing that more. I think I can definitely be doing that more moving forward. But like, you know, I made my first post on Substack the other day. I make these videos. I make other videos on my Instagram. I have like multiple different Instagram accounts. I comment a lot on Instagram, trying to just comment, give my 2 cents everywhere I go. But I think I could be doing more, you know, like I think I could be spreading the seed of Crackshot Dude in more corners of the internet and of the web. And so I think I could probably think of some genius way to do that. Or not really think of the genius way, but tap into the genius way of doing that. So that is something I have in mind on how I could like actually get my name out there. But another way to do it, which I'm doing right now, which I just sent out 3 emails today to like different artists and yeah, actually just I guess like artists / bands that I resonate with. So I'm not gonna name who they are. I'll just keep that, you know, for myself. I'll gatekeep it, I guess. But yeah, I sent out 3 different emails wondering if they were looking for music videos. So yeah, that's that. I'll see if I get a response. If I don't, I'll keep trying with other people. But I think like obviously it's kind of tough because I really like to adopt this David Bowie mindset of like just work for myself and to just, you know, bask in my own ideas and not have to conform to like somebody else's creation. But I think there's ways that you can find the best of both worlds, and it's finding those pieces of art that really resonate with you. So that's the one thing I'm trying to be strict with myself. I'm not just trying to do music videos for anybody. Like I'm trying to find those who have like a good intention of elevating culture and seem like good people, and just that make good music, right? So I want it to be enjoyable. I mean, I don't want to just suffer and be like, fuck, I hate this shit. Like there's a few times I was like gonna make music videos for other people and I listened to their music and it was just like the most unenjoyable thing, and I was like, I just can't make a video for this, I'm sorry. But yeah, like I'll see where it goes. I don't really care about money. I don't really care about money, and if that's a first world thing for me to say or like a privileged thing for me to say, then I don't know what to say, because I don't think it should be about money. My main goal right now is, I wrote down right here, is to find community, because I think community is the #1 thing. Obviously, I have good friends, I have a good family, but a strong community that I can talk to about, like talk ideas with, and real like true visionaries, like that people who really want to make a change in this world that consists beyond just like making art. Like I really have goals of getting into like the humanities, and I don't just mean like literature and like different groups of like art per se, but like to make a difference in like politics and religion. Like that's something that I truly aspire to do, because I believe in the Renaissance, and not just like the Renaissance time period, but like the Renaissance mentality, like almost like the polymath, where you are well balanced or well versed, you know, multifaceted, whatever you want to call it, jack of all trades, master of all. Actually, like you can be a master of all of these things. It's just that once you just have to find that base, that intention. Like once you really have like that Kanye mentality of like, I can be an NBA player if I want it bad enough. Like it's that mentality, like I can do anything. That's who I'm trying to find. Those people who are not just thinking about just the art. Like I love the arts, bro. Like I love art, but I also love fitness. I also love talking spirituality. I love talking meaning, purpose. You know, I think about making money, and I think about this shit. And so that's who I'm kind of trying to find. And the people I'm reaching out to make music videos, I'm not saying they are those people. I'm not saying they're not. I don't really know those people at all, right? They're pretty much strangers to me. But I'm just saying, like, the more I can, like, if I align slightly with them, and what if there's somebody who watches them that aligns with me, and, what if there's another person like me out there who aligns with them and can align with me if they see my work. And so it's kind of like that. Like, I don't care, like, they don't have to pay me to make a video. Maybe if they would like to, then sure, but I think it's kind of like I really care about the art, and I care about elevating culture. Let me make something for you that I think is beautiful, truthful, and good, and like speaks goodness, and see where it goes. That's kind of my mentality when it comes to making videos for other people, right? So I have to put aside that ego of, I'm not going to work for others. I'm just going to make it on my own. Because that will lead to a life of just constant letdowns, I think. I got to get out there, because Kanye produced for other people. Noah Dillon, he made music videos for other people. Like, David Lynch did commercials, right? And so that was a big thing too that I saw on an Instagram post. Like, this account I follow was like, here are some of David Lynch's old commercials, right? And I was like, even though it's a commercial about a car, he still found a way to make it David Lynch. He still found a way to make it interesting. And I'm like, why can't I do the same? Obviously, commercials are quite corporate nowadays and aren't like very creative and fun, and you kind of have to be a big name to get to that level, and that's fine. But I could still do something that, speaks volumes and is not necessarily in my niche. I can be nuanced or nuance. I don't know. I could just be like that. I could be. I don't have to just. I can work for others, is basically what I'm trying to say. Another thing I want to talk about was going to school. I think I said, I'll get back to this later. And so I'm getting back to it. This is me getting back to it right now. Or going back to school, or getting a job, moving to the States, and like finding community and whatnot. So I'm not opposed to going to school, but I think a lot of the people who go to school have it twisted. They have this idea of like going to school is only to get a job and make money, when it's never to like actually like go and find like people who want to make a difference in this world. Like, maybe I'm sure there's people, like, I know that, like, I know people who want to go to school and make a difference. Like, they're my friends. But when I went to film school, my entire intention was to go learn how to make film and find other people who like really want to create greatness, like that want to be great. And I didn't find that. And it's not like, oh, there's like everyone at film school is L people. No, like there was good people there that were focused, but just the majority, like I didn't really find like those people who are like really, really about it. And that's like one thing it was always a letdown. And it's the second time I used the word letdown in this video, but I used, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I find this a lot with like working for other people, but I always get let down. Like, people always talk themselves up, and they always talk about like, I'm trying to make genuine art, like real art, like true shit, like authentic shit. And then I go through their like, not their discog, but just like whatever they've made, like their like history of creation, and even like what they're making at the moment. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, this is so contradicting. Like, the hypocrisy is unreal. Like, it's just like slop sometimes, bro. Like, I'm not naming names, and I don't really know who. Like, I do know. Like, I have a few people on the top of my head that I've met where I'm like, are you serious? Like, you talked yourself up, and yeah, you gotta talk up a big game to get people's like recognition. I understand that, but when your shit's ass, like, shut the fuck up. Sorry, I don't want to be so like negative there, but just I'm so tired of it, man. I'm tired of it, man. Like, just people just love to talk so much about what they're doing, and then you see what they're doing. It's like extremely contradicting. And so I hope I don't give that vibe with these videos. If I do, then feel free to call me out. But I feel like what I made, like Death of the Western Icon, is pretty aligned with what I talk about here on this channel. And so, yeah, I'm not like, you know, if you feel like I'm contradicting, then call me out, because I don't want to live in hypocrisy. But I feel like I do my due diligence and live by my word, you know, live and create by my word. And so, anyways, like when I went to film school, I thought I'd find that, but I didn't. And if anything, I was let down. And so, you know, I dropped out after 2 years. And so if I applied that same mentality to like politics or something, I would say I went to school for like politics or like something in law, so I can actually become like well versed in more like institutions, or actually kind of know what is going on in the world, and understand shit, and not just like see some Instagram reel and be like, oh, this is so true. Like, actually know what truth is. You know, is going to school the best choice for me, or like the right option, or the right path? And I would say it's not, because I think it'll be the same thing going into film school. I'll have this idea like I want to be somebody who shapes this next generation of like Renaissance thinking. Like, I want to, like, you know, change the world. I want to lead our generation or the world into this Renaissance, this age of Aquarius, right? Like, I want to be one of those people who contributes to it. And I may go into a political or poli-sci or, you know, law program or psychology, whatever, and speak that, and I'll get laughed at, or people will just be like, oh, I'm here to party, or I'm here just to go to school, like with a bunch of first years and shit. And it's like, like, what a letdown, right? And I don't think like every person is gonna be like that I go to school with, but the majority of people just go to school to go to school. They're not there to like change the world, unless I go to somewhere prestigious. But you know, my grades were shit in high school. Like, they were average. Like, I was like a 70 student. So like, not even a 70s. Like, I was a 60 student. Like, my GPA in college was like terrible, bro. I literally failed out of the program. That's what's funny to me, is that, or not really funny, but it's just like kind of interesting. Like, not interesting, but like, yeah, I dropped out, but I also fucking failed out too. Like, I failed like 2 classes, so I wouldn't even be allowed to do a 3rd year properly. Anyways, this video is 30 minutes long. I want to add one more thing, kind of going back to like the ego, but I've been getting more into the gym recently. I don't mean like the gym as in like I've been physically going more often, but like when I'm there, I'm like really thinking a lot more about like my training, and like actually training hard. Like, I want to go more again, because I had this idea that, oh, I'm not going to the gym and I'm thinking creatively, because that's like one thing that's kind of tough, is that I can't think at the gym, and I hate not being able to think. Like, I love just being able to sit down like kind of like this, and just feel the sun against my skin and just think. But when you're at the gym, you're not thinking. You're doing something hard, and it's uncomfortable, and I don't get to just like be just be able to drink coffee and eat dark chocolate and think. And so I became kind of resentful towards the gym while I was like in my final stages of my film, and I think that's fine, you know, to have it like yin and yang, like seasons in a way. But right now, all I want to do is go hard in the gym. Like, I really want to get back into it because not only do I think physical aesthetics is important, but I could be that first person, that first artist who is physically aesthetic and also creatively aesthetic. I think I see a lot of directors who are just kind of like out of shape. Like, obviously they're not like completely unhealthy. Like David Lynch talks about, you know, being healthy is important, you know, being consistent, and that's fine. But like that imagine having like a physically aesthetic physique. And I don't mean like some bodybuilder aesthetic, but just like that looks toned and lean and sexy and sleek. And it's like, I want to be that first. Like, if there is no director that out there who is like lean or that looks like that like almost like superhero physique, or like that Tom Holland kind of more like athletic 140 to 160 pound 12% body fat physique, you know, like I want to be that person, right? And so I think it's important that I actually take the time to go to the gym and discipline myself or just practice discipline. And so I see it like I really foresee myself going more often in the next few months. So yeah, I gotta put away that ego, you know. I gotta say, like, you know, no, like I'm not just an artist who likes to think all the time and doesn't want to work out. Like, I could be the first to actually be a successful director. And I don't mean successful as I make hella money, because I don't really think that's a realistic thing anymore. You know, like the industry is a wicked world, and so I don't think I could just make a film and make $1 billion. But I do think that, I mean, success as in like make like beautiful art. I could also be physically beautiful. And I think it's important to be physically beautiful, because beauty is the highest virtue. And I know beauty is, or people say truth is, but beauty, truth, and goodness, they're all important. But, you know, I think I should aspire to be beautiful. I do think I'm, you know, somewhat beautiful now. I'm looking at myself. I'm quite red. I feel like it's either I'm hot right now or I'm sunburnt. But I think it's important to be beautiful. And so I got to get back into the gym and say, like, you know what? Like, because, like, that's one thing I want to mention this. And I don't mean it, like, in a negative... Like, remember I said at the beginning of the video, I don't mean it, like, things negatively. But, whenever I'd go to the gym and I'd look around and see people, like, working out, I'd always wonder, like, you know, what does the rest of their lives look like? Are they pursuing something? Like, are they trying to pursue greatness? Like, are they trying to actually change the world and, like, do something beneficial? But then I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, who am I? You know what I mean? Like, I'm nobody. And if somebody saw my work, they might not think I'm changing the world. Like, changing the world starts at it starts at eye contact. You know what I mean? Like, changing the world starts with a handshake or a, hey, how's it going? Like, what the hell am I saying? Like, oh, guys, like, you know, I made this film called Death of the Western Icon. Like, I'm changing the world. Like, no, I'm not. Like, I can change the world every single day. We can all change the world every single day. And so for me to say, like, the only way to change the world is to make film and to do that shit, it's like, no, like, there are people out there who are doing way more than I am. And if anything, I just, like, I need to shut the fuck up. And so, again, controlling that ego, go to the gym, work out. Everybody there's a hard-ass worker, and they're getting after it, and I'm a fucking pussy. And so, I need to lock in. That's the end of the video. I think I talked about everything. I feel a lot better. I wasn't having a bad day. It's Mother's Day. I had a good morning, actually, but just want to make that video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.